All right, so I'm going to respect your guys' time since you guys are here. All right, here we go.
Wait, where's the camera?
The camera's over there.
Oh, shit.
Sees everyone. You can scoot in a little bit, Eric.
No, don't be next to you.
Ready? Kim, they probably won't see you. All right. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Bang Out Volleyball podcast. We just finished the USAV Open 2026 Nationals Tournament. Very proud of everyone's accomplishments this weekend. It was our first time having a B team, and we just wanted to share our experience with you guys in a typical podcast. A lot of new faces today, so let's do this. Again, there's going to be a mic on here. You're going to be on a 30-second timer to say whatever you need to say. And then I know because Ethan cannot ramble off, I can ramble off for a very long time. So you guys got about 30 to 45 seconds to say what you need to say, and then we'll move on. If you go over, that's too bad. We'll move on. Just do like a finished closing thoughts. So my main question for you guys, the first question is, what did you learn with this experience?
Right off the bat, mobility is super important. Super important. There's no way you can just come into the game and like, oh yeah, I'm doing my warm up. No, you got to do mobility in the morning when you wake up. When you get there, you got to do your glute bridges, every variation, knee floss, sciatic nerve flossing, everything, and work on your legs. My next year's gonna be legs.
What I learned, right? So how long ago did we plan for this?
A year ago.
No, like October. Last year. So I learned that I'm him, and that when I lose, if I lose, it's not my fault.
I first want to say thank you to Mario for inviting me onto this team and this brotherhood that we got here growing. I really appreciate the Bang Out family and everyone that's kind of involved in this. It's been a great pleasure meeting all you guys. No, I appreciate. Don't give me that look, bro. Playing on the B team was a great experience. I have no voice left. Just been screaming pretty much 3 days straight. The main thing that I learned is there's a lot of old heads out there that are way better at volleyball than I ever expected. Like am I allowed to cuss on this podcast? We got shit on by a bunch of old, 40-year-old dudes that should have been in the 40-year-old division, and they just bounced on our shit. And I think finished 4th or 5th or 6th, something in the tournament. And I was like, I came in way overconfident. I work a desk job, and I was like, I don't need to do any of this. Way overestimated everything. Super out of shape. Everything hurts. I'm going to pass the mic now to the captain. Nope, we're going to the captain of the B team, Mario.
I feel like there's a lot of things that I learned. Make sure you take care of yourself. I think that was a big one. Make sure you're having fun and that you're feeling yourself up. Ethan especially, he's attention to that. Make sure you're structured. Brian structured us all the whole way. And, just learn from the experience. That's what Arena just was saying there. And personally, what I took away was that you really need to make sure that you are preparing yourself, not just physically, but mentally for what's to come. It's really about the mental game that you go into it. You're always in the game. You're always fighting, no matter what is going on. So for me, the mental game was the biggest thing that I was reaffirmed in this whole time.
I guess for me, one thing I really learned is that there's this weird relationship with outsides and setters. And as an outside, I always yell at two for some reason. And then during the second day of the tournament, two got injured. And so I had to end up setting. And for me, and I'm just being in the setter's position and not setting all year round for the last 10 years. I was just like, damn, he's got a really hard job. And I learned last year to not put so much pressure on our setter and just really me taking a step back. I look at our blocker or the blocking opponent team. I'm like, it's because there's a huge mismatch in the middle or the oppo, which makes so much more sense. So this tournament, I was just like, just let two cook. Just let them cook. Thank you for working very, very hard. My next question is, what didn't work for you? I know Ethan talks about he's the go, he's him or whatever. Our last game on day 2, this dude was just gone. Absolutely gone. And again, we were playing at 9 p.m., 8 p.m. at night. And I realized he's a morning person. So him being, I think his body was checking out so he could start going to bed. And I've been in that position before. So it happens to the best of us. And I'm just we need to just find ways to support him as much as we can.
That's right. Hold on. The first 2 sets, I made 2 bad mistakes. I'll grant it.
Oh, what is it?
But other than that, I had perfect passes. Hold on. Okay, roll a clip and then roll me getting dime. Dig. Good serve after good serve while communicating, while covering campfire. and covering my hitters, and we still couldn't score. And we had a 6-point lead, I think, in the second set. So it's not my fault we couldn't close it out, leading to me getting shit on in the third set.
Some examples that didn't work last year was just us not doing well with our recovery, right? Like day 2 of last year, we had a game at night, had to wake up super early, play 8 a.m. and literally only had like 4 hours or 2 hours of sleep. Trying to be really good with managing our schedule and taking care of our bodies or recovery. I think this year, like my main focus for me personally at least was just taking all those uncomfortable situations that felt like it ruined my game or whatever and just locking on those, like keeping up with breakfast, keeping up with your mobility, tracking your pain points and whatever's tight and doing mobility work for that. Or did you have altitude sickness or whatever? Like, could you have trained for that? Is there a way to learn from that? Or, I don't know, could it have been a chemistry thing, something like that.
I mean, to be fair, you guys had no subs last year. So that also didn't help with recovery. You guys actually have an extra person this time. So, and I know you guys had like one more extra person as well, or 2 in B team also. So like I feel like that also contributes to recovery compared to last year with no breaks at all. So besides middles, I'm sorry, you guys were just on it all the time. So you had a whole day off. What are you talking about?
I blame on you again, all right?
So this one's for me personally, and this one's for our team. So for me personally, I'll start with the over-encompassing idea. Winging it does not work. For me, winging my programming, my workouts and everything did not work. I needed way more prep than that. For our team, we had not played together once at all. And we tried to wing it, tried to make this synergy, tried to connect and everything. It didn't work. And it took us a little bit of time to get that together. And, you know, we all live in different places, but that's the thing that I learned there is that we really need to make sure that we're planning ahead of time in order to be ready for the challenges that are coming, in order to overcome together and at an individual level.
One of the big things that didn't work out was the whole season we're playing tournaments and Westside, like they allow all-time middle. So I'm in there, 6 rotations, and then come here. It's like the mental of staying warm and staying in the game. Oh, I got to switch off with Mario. Damn, like now I'm on the sideline, like I can't do anything. I gotta stay relaxed. I can't stay relaxed. I'm used to playing all 6 rotations, and now I can't. So it's like my mind gets lost there. And also, what also didn't work out was not staying on my like eating schedule that I have this whole year. Like I eat at 11 o'clock. I was eating at 7. Now I'm not hungry at 11, but now my stomach hurts because my body's so used to it. And it's like, okay, I'm not hungry, but my stomach's hurting because it thinks it's hungry. That doesn't make sense, but it does. I was in a lot of pain, but I was full. Come 1 o'clock, I'm like, all right, something's gotta happen, but I don't want to eat a little too late, too early before the game, be hungry in the middle of the game. I did figure it out by the second day. Like at the end, I was like, okay, I gotta eat at 6 o'clock. In between the games, I'm eating. I got pretzels were the best thing for me. The pretzels came in clutch, I didn't cramp, and they also sold lemonades there too. So I got some lemonades, and that worked out really nice.
There were certain periods where we kind of forgot our job. Like middle has a job, outside has a job, setter has a job, libero has a job. We had certain, it wasn't all the time, but there were certain moments where people were trying to do 2 jobs at the same time. And what'd you say, trying to be him? Is that what you call it? You don't need to be, it's not a dig, it's just you don't have to be him. You have 5 other hims on the court. Right? It's a team sport. It's not a, what's the saying? There's no I in team. It's not a me, it's a we, right? You don't need to get the bounce ball. You just need to get a point, right? So I just think that's something we could have been better. I'm not saying you weren't.
I was. Brian was.
Yeah.
We were. What you're talking about.
Moral of the story, you don't need to be the guy all the time.
You guys really played as a team together really well. And I like your point, Justin, of it's not just each individual person, it's an us. We are, that probably doesn't sound good, but we are us. We are them. We're one collective unit together. How do we play together as a team? And I think that was the ultimate takeaway that I had. How do we play together as a team? No matter who is doing what, how do we play together to make that ultimate goal of beating the shit out of them?
I'm gonna add to that, another thing I learned was, it's all reflections from last year too, but this year I made it a huge point of like, hey, if someone is struggling, how can we find ways to support them on the court? Whether it's them trying to avoid the block and always hitting out, or someone's getting targeted and struggling on serve receive, it's like, how can we teach our whole team to support each other on the court at an instance without having to wait till the set's over and be like, oh shoot, we could have just shaded you a little bit more. We could have given you less responsibilities so you could just focus on hitting or just focus on a small area of passing. And so, I was talking to Tu and James, and after that game when Ethan was struggling, I was like, hey, if that ever happens tomorrow, we need to find a way to support Ethan as soon as possible. If that happens to me, I need you guys to figure out how to support me as soon as possible. And that goes for everybody, right? And I think we did a really good job of like figuring out those kinks throughout practices and throughout tournaments, and just coming into this, we were just very prepared and very, very confident going into it. My next question is, what were your favorite moments?
I apologize, I have like no voice left, but like one of my favorite moments was actually for Gabe. We were struggling to run the middle all tournament, and Gabe came in playing Oppo originally, I believe. Again, I don't even really know our team that well, but I believe he came in as an Oppo, correct? And he comes in as a middle, and day 2, we finally got like a perfect pass, perfect set, and Gabe goes up and absolutely, Gabe's a lefty, by the way, playing middle, and he rips this ball and just obliterates the libero that we have on video. We'll send it, we'll clip it, we're gonna clip it. It was insane, probably why I lost my voice, because I was going berserk after that play. And I think we ended up winning that game and riding the momentum off of that. Like, we had a lot of ups and downs for the B team, but that was one of my highs, just watching Gabe absolutely obliterate a ball and a libero, who I don't know if he was talking shit to you before or after, but I loved seeing that. It was great. Do you want to add anything to the play itself?
Honestly, it's every single highlight. Like those moments where, like, I think of golf, when you make that perfect contact on the golf club, and you just, volleyball has the same thing. You make right in the sweet spot on the ball. Every time I saw that with everybody, everyone had at least one. And also these little, like, coming together as a team, like, oh, hey, we have a team thing at 4 o'clock right before the games. All right, cool. Everyone's there. Awesome. Love it. Everyone's wearing the practice jersey. Love those moments. It, like, makes us a unit. People will see that on Instagram and be like, oh shit, those are the bang out guys. Like, they looked organized and ready to go. Okay, cool.
All right. So my favorite moment was today when we won our gold medal match, but it's different than everyone else's reasons, because for me, everyone else, I kept hearing, man, I hope we don't get shit on, man. These guys might be cracked because we have a bad seeding because we lost yesterday twice. I knew it doesn't matter who the fuck's in front of me. I'm confident against anybody. But my favorite reason, or the reason that's my favorite, is because the other team, they were super confident, especially in the beginning, because we were getting shit on in the beginning. But then, I have this favorite quote, right? I have a lot of famous quotes, but a quote I like is that hard work beats talent every time talent doesn't work hard. And I'm 5'9". I'm not physically gifted in any sort of way, but I am very confident against anybody and everybody, because I know I've outworked them in all facets of volleyball in the last few months. Like, I'm doing triple the amount of work someone does in one day. Seriously, I'll wake up at 4 a.m., I'll go do plyos, I'll go to the gym right after, and I still have work.
Hey,
and I'll go coach.
Who went to the gym after our playoff match?
I went to go hit legs after an L. Like, I'm about this.
Oh, to be
you know what I'm
21
saying?
again.
And I just love, listen, as someone who's built like me, people look at me and they think I'm like a scrub. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
He also doesn't have a full-time job yet.
if I had a full-time job, I would still be working towards being the best player I can be. But that's besides the point. What they used to call me? That's besides the point. But I love, man, we started coming back, we started kicking their ass. And man, their faces, they went from real happy to, man, they were shook. They were undefeated. Yeah, we came together, man. Boom, boom, boom. We were pre-game. We had our setter. Like, they were no match for us, and we were freaking out for no reason. Well, I wasn't freaking out. No full-time job. Hey, bro. Hey. Even if I had a full-time job, that's not going to change the fact I'm outworking anybody I play.
That's true. I got a specific moment from one game. They had a very angry player. I've never seen anyone get one yellow card at Nationals. This man decided to get 2, and he is just screaming at his team, slurs everywhere. and I hit it right at him. It was a very bad hit, but he called me very, very easy. It's so easy. And then he spatched it out, and I think that's the only time I've ever talked to anyone through the net, and I'm like, that's so out. And I think I heard on the video, it's like, hey, that's enough, because it was getting very chippy, and I think that's probably the most fun I've ever had playing volleyball. And I mean, I haven't played since last year, but even besides that, from the last few nationals, this is the most fun I've had in a very long time. So thank you guys.
To further on that point, that player that played for a certain East Coast team that did very well in a certain division. Yeah, I remember this one moment where he was talking to my teammate, Eric, and he called him a certain name. We won't go into the details of it. And I heard that and I was like, no, I can't let that slide. That's not going to happen. Very next point, I think it was a bic or a pipe ball. He hit it, and I saw in his face, he's like, oh, I got this. And I said, nope. I'm sorry, we can not allow that. And it was just straight down. And I looked at him, and I was like, dang, that's crazy. I just walked away. I think it went under the net. It went that far down, but just don't talk back to my teammates. Just don't do that.
Me finally on the bench. Cheer for you guys, bro. I never be on the bench like that because I'm him. Because I'm a starter. I don't get taken.
Before this trip, he said, man, y'all can't win without me, man. Y'all need me.
I say that.
No, we want our playoff match.
He was right though.
We still want without him.
But yeah, that's a fun moment. I'm the only person cheering the quad. It's so fun. It's just so fun to cheer. You guys should clip that, bro. I'm doing a bunch of things.
I mean, this tournament, in general, has been pretty rough on me. I think physically for sure, but mentally, because it's like your team is trying so hard and there's a certain limit that you get to and it's like you can't do more. It's like a shitty feeling. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. It's like, I can't do more and I really wish I could. Even though we've only just started playing with each other, I was like, I really want to win with these guys because everyone really had the drive to win, and I was like, yeah, I feel it. I'm down. I like the vibe. But we did get to a point where we started connecting, and it was I think it was 14-13. It was my serve, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to put the serve up. But we kind of clicked in that the screening on our block in our front row worked out in covering our server. So we did that.
Whoa, non-officially screening.
Sorry.
You were protecting the back of our heads.
Protecting our heads.
In a giant wall.
Yes.
All together
big-ass
in
wall
front of the server. Correct.
Yes.
I need to point that out.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. That's what I meant. A very protective wall for our front row would just somehow help the server. And then it just dropped right in between the lib and the outside. And it just we were like, what? It was just kind of a pause, and we're like, oh my god, we aced, and then we won the game. I think that was our first game win. That was definitely a highlight, because I was like, oh, something that we did together in that short time frame clicked, and it helped us win the game. That was definitely a favorite moment for sure.
I think my favorite moment was our playoff match against Gobblers. Third set, just going down to the wire and clutching up was just a really good feeling, and coming together as a team and putting them boys away.
Okay, I got two more things. Next one is, this is my favorite moment. Honestly, I enjoyed every moment of it. I fully prepared. I trained the whole year just for this. Whether it was eating at the same time, mobility at the same time, everything was very routine for me. And, I was like, hey, this is honestly the most beautiful part of the whole thing, is just creating a community and just seeing, we got people from Utah, Orange County, and just from other places. It's just bringing you guys together and trying to find the talent and the people to build Bang Out Volleyball. I feel is just super, super special to me. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. Right? And I don't know what it is about me. Maybe because when I first started the CSUN Men's Volleyball Club, I was like, wow, I see people that can play volleyball and I can bring them together. And then after college, I think I could run it again and do it with adults. And so just because you graduate from college, you're done playing at a high level, it's there's still places for you to play, whether it's at USAV. It's just a matter of are you at the career level, or whatever state in life to be able to continue to do this, whether it's having to take care of your health so that you can see yourself perform really well, right? And it's just giving people that goal of like, oh shit, I got something to train for, right? And I'm not a person that's going to train for marathons or triathlons, but with volleyball, I'm going to train full year round for it. Based on your experience in this tournament, what could you do better for the next tournament?
Champions are built in the off season. If you do not take the off season seriously, don't bother. Trust me. You need the cardio, the core work, the leg work, the endurance. Train how you want to play. Please. Please, please, please. That's the main thing I got.
Underestimated how good I would do. I'm really glad that we all played well. I forgot what the question was, and I just lost my train of thought. Yes, okay. And then when Ethan was struggling, he asked me if I wanted to come in. But because I haven't played in a year, I have no confidence in my serve receive. And so I think if I did at least play like an open gym a couple of weeks before, I probably could have came in and we could have solved that issue. In other news, I have been doing other stuff and being active, and I feel way better than I did last year. So as you were saying, Justin, it is very important to take care of your body, even if it's not playing volleyball, just doing something and staying active, and that's all. Thank you.
Well, it's something that won't be answered until like a year from now. But I think I'm already on a pretty good trajectory. But I need to like ask myself, how badly do I want? Or like, how good do I actually want to be? Because I know what it takes to like get to the next level, but it's like, do I want to do that every single day? And I think I do, but it's more so, can I prove it to myself by working hard every single day, year round? Because it's like, it's hard working out a lot, playing volleyball a lot so you don't lose your touch. Actually thinking about volleyball, I think about volleyball all day, every day. When I get bored, I watch volleyball anime before our matches. Like, I want it so badly. I love volleyball. I could definitely improve on my mindset and like just forcing myself to like do what I tell myself I want to do, which is like 40-inch vert, blah, blah, blah. But I actually have to show it. And that's...
Don't go to EDC the week before.
Get out of your setter's way so he doesn't step on you in the practice before the tournament.
Strengthen my hip flexors to help me with my vertical.
I mean, I feel like I addressed it. It's just, not winging it at the end of the day. And I think it comes back to what everyone was saying at the end. What everyone was saying, like, you got to be prepared. You got to be ready for everything that's coming, whether it's, training in the off season, making sure you get your mind ready, like Ethan was saying, and then making sure you do the right things before the time comes. And then, like Raina was saying also, like in practice, making sure you're in the right places to get yourself prepared for whatever is coming. So ultimately, just putting yourself in the position to win at every moment so that when you're here, you are taking that chance to win.
Last year, we did a roast of everybody roast Brian, and I learned a lot from that. And I definitely worked on myself a lot. So this year, we're going to do a kind of like goodbye thing or whatever. Maybe you come back the year after, but
I just don't take volleyball that serious. I know everybody hate that shit when they say it. I just want to play local volleyball, have some fun with my friends.
With his fine shit.
So I'm going to speak directly to Sue here. Apologize, podcast stuff. This guy picked me up literally off the street. I play once a week maybe in open gyms, and it's if that, give or take. He's always on my ass about come out, you need to do open gyms, work out, and I'm like, whatever, desk job, love it. Love sitting in my bed playing video games. I don't want to go play volleyball. I don't want to commit to that. I did that throughout a college career, high school career. I retired from that bullshit. And then this guy drags me out and he's like, hey, you want to come play in adult nationals? I was like, the fuck is adult nationals? Like, that's a thing? And he's like, let's go out there. Let's have a good time. It's in Denver. Altitude's definitely not going to get to you. It's going to be great. You definitely can still have your adult life and play volleyball on the side as well. It's a work-life balance, but that's what it's being about. It's what being an adult's like, and prioritizing what you want to do and what you enjoy most. And I realized I enjoy most, one, hanging out and meeting new people, playing volleyball, and going to places that I normally wouldn't go, because this week, guess what? I'd be sitting at a desk working. I got out of the state and opened opportunities that volleyball for me I normally wouldn't have. So in a lot of cases, like you guys, it's just a group of guys that you guys go play volleyball with. Like for me, it's like this is an extension of like family. Like my friends are like my family, and I see it that way. Like I feel like I'm going to be connected with you guys for a while, hopefully, moving forward with the Bang Out family. Thank you, Mario, again. But just because you have a full-time job coming up doesn't mean you can't stay connected, doesn't mean you can't come back. So I know I'm derailing the roast of two here for a little bit, but with that, like, hey, just because you have a full-time thing coming up doesn't mean that you can't prioritize other things, and doesn't mean that you can't keep playing volleyball and keep the passion and keep the love of the game going. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'm totally get it. But like everybody have a different power type, you know what I'm talking about? Like you like volleyball like that, but I don't. No, I'm serious.
This guy, by the way, for the record, we can rewind the tape here. He goes, I don't, but he's on the sideline going, oh, I'm the biggest hype man. You guys can't win without me.
That's just becomes a teammate, not because of volleyball, right? I don't do shit in the court. What can I bring to the team? I'm just not gonna sit in the band. I'm not just sit on the band and be quiet. I gotta be useful, right? I can't put anything in the court because I'm benched, right? At least bring up the energy for the team. Do something with the team, you know? So like,
What's holding you back from coming back?
Okay, first of all, we have full-time jobs for me.
Yep.
Right, work a lot, and I don't take volleyball serious. I just want to hang out with you.
I don't take volleyball serious.
Yeah, but I love to come. But it just, for the second of all, I'm 22. It's still expensive. You know what I'm talking about? To go out everywhere. It's actually expensive. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It is. Like, don't take me wrong. You spend $1,000. But for me, I would prefer to use that money to do somewhere out in California. I'm sorry. I love to travel somewhere out, but not think about volleyball.
How does traveling to Orlando sound?
It's gonna be hot.
I'm selling it for you. Here, pass the mic back.
I just don't volleyball. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, two. It's for you too. At the end of the day, I 100% completely respect your decision. Like, I came to that point already last year. Like I said, I put a lot of pressure on you last year, and then this year I'm like, I'm gonna chill the hell out. I respect what you need to do. Obviously, focus on your career, yourself, and at some point, if you decide you want to come back, there's gonna be an open door for you. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep that closed. Right? We're still gonna roast you as we go. So
I think this goes back to having that same goal as a team, because I honestly don't see there is a difference in what the goal is with certain team members. So like, it's whether, just having fun, just playing to play, or searching for that kind of like you guys call that dog in that person and win, right? So I think it's just different for mental kind of goal. So I can see how that kind of it clashes. You make your choices, and I think that's why I think it's great when Brian brings all of you guys all together, because then when you guys do figure these things out, whether you want to be that dog or you want to just play for fun, then you guys end up making your own teams. But you guys hopefully, still continue on these journeys, because I think it's so great seeing these tournaments, like how it's such a huge community, and then like it's people from all around the world just coming in to play and still have this like great respect and friendliness to everyone, and that's how you guys become friends and connect. And I think that's great seeing it from when I'm helping out with these collegiate club teams to also seeing it as these open adult ones. So I think it's great having to see that it's still possible to continue even after college, regardless of age as well. Seeing those 40, 50, 60, 70 leagues, like, this is crazy. So yeah, that's my input.
The only thing he could have done better is when we go on a nice little run and then he serves into the net or out of bounds. Yeah, I did that a lot, but I went on way longer service runs than he did all tournament. Way longer. I'm talking about like 5+ runs. But that's it. That's all I gotta say.
Couldn't make more than 3 serves.
No, exactly. Like, at least I was putting heat. He was putting little lollipops into our side of the court. I know what I'm gonna get roasted on. I'm already like, it's already happened. I've already been roasted like 30 million times.
I have one for two.
Oh shit.
It could be something you can work on for sure, but it drove me nuts this tournament. I think there was like 2 like just beautiful perfect passes, and you chose to dump it, and then you guys got the balls like freaking in your faces. You guys got spiked.
Oh, can I defend myself? My decision was 10 out of 10.
No, I'm not saying about like
why
all
do
of your
you care about my
decisions.
dumps?
I'm
Come on,
just saying about your dumps that were just really bad.
That's also a decision.
Everything else was fine, but you just dumping was just, I don't know, it wasn't good. It drove me nuts.
just wanted to add, like, obviously just by everyone not wanting to say anything, because again, you've created a huge impact on our team, a very positive one in general. Okay, so again, just want to say thank you. Like, I know the guys love you and they would love to have you back for next year. But again, when the time is right, the door's always open for you, okay? No problem. Do you want to go or have him go?
I'll let him go and then I'll go after. Okay, since we're appreciating too, hold on. I've known him for 6 years, and I want to thank him because I would not be this good at volleyball if it wasn't for him. Because he helped me conquer. Because I used to be like those high schoolers. I'd be scared to play like middle court with like all the college kids because I would get shit on all the time. But he dragged me one time, and then I was like, oh, maybe I can hang. And then I guess he's like, all right. He's solid coach. Yeah, thank you. And now I'm better than this.
I barely have known two for like, what, 5 days? Yeah, 5 days. And we practiced against each other for our one practice game between the A and the B team. If we're going based off of the roast, two cannot talk shit, like, at all. Like, you think you can talk shit, but, like, it's not good. That's my only critique.
Wait, before you go, I break your ankle, by the way.
All right, go your thing. Unite.
He's got more.
No, he has so much thing to say.
He's rethinking what he's going to say.
Formulated.
You sound scared.
Of what?
But I'm going to follow in the same vein as Brian. Two, I don't know if you're reading the room here, but everyone wants you here. Everyone, no matter what they said about you, they want you here. That includes me, and I get it. Brian knows I took 2 years off, didn't play, nothing. You got to do your thing. You got to live your life. You got to do what's best for you. Wherever those priorities are, you got to get to where you want your life to be. So I completely understand that. And I'm with Brian, and I think everyone here is in the same vein. The door is always open, and we always want you to be here. No matter what, you're always bang out, no matter what happens. So I know it was a road. But hey, we do appreciate you, and we want you back. So whenever the time is right, come back, and we'll fuck shit up.
I totally do agree with you. When you are on the bench, you did bring a lot of energy. I was legit dying towards the end. I was just starting to be out of it besides just focusing on that lineup, and I'm just like, okay, you guys got it. When you were on the court, being able to see a lot more was very great, and I appreciate that for someone that was like the only one on the bench and just try to cheer as much as I could with the little energy I had left.
Yeah, actually, yeah, speaking of that last game, I saw a different side of you. I saw Coach too, right? I was like, oh snap, is this how he coaches his players? It was actually pretty cool to see because I was in game. I was like, yeah, you know what? That's what I need right now. But then there was this one moment where I was like, shut the fuck up. I did said that. We were in row 4. I set the ball to James. It was like 5 feet off. And then James was like, hey, I just need it tighter. And then 2 goes, Brian, tighter, set it tighter. I'm like, 2, shut the fuck up by now. Like, yeah, but anyway, I love seeing the coaching side of you. So if it's a transition from player to coach and you're working on building your coaching skills, love that for you. Oh, he wanted the ball. Next thing, last thing, we're just going to finish off, like, what are your final thoughts, and then we're going to close it out from there. Final thoughts of the experience overall.
You need to say something. You have to say anything. I'm God.
Let him cook.
I'm not captain. I think overall, we did really well. First day, we were on it. I think the first 2 games, all right, not going to lie, the first 6 points, we lost. And then I was like, fucking, we're all bad. And then it's like, what, 6-1? Then after that, we time out, we come back. I think they finally sided out we sided out, and they didn't side out again until it was like 14-2. Second game, we cooked them. And then my knee was hurting, and I was like, all right, I need to get out of here. And then Eric came in. Bro, you stepped it up as outside, not gonna lie. You did a fantastic job. I was a little worried. Oh, no, we played you in Westside, and your passing was really great. But I wanted to see like how it would turn out in this tournament, and you did phenomenal. For sure. Other than that, final thoughts. I think for like the second day, I was like pretty gassed out, and I just want to play utility. I didn't want to mess up your mojo. I think you were doing like a great job, so just want to help out where I can. I think that was working out like for that second game. And the third game, or then I came in, it was kind of shaky, but the third game, I was cooking. So this guy, now we got to talk about it, huh?
Yeah.
This guy does well all tournament, is receiving well, free balls, perfect pass, but then Brian gets a perfect dig, goes to the 10-foot line.
No, me.
Both of you guys. The first one was him. Okay. And then what does this guy do? Puts his hands out. Ball hits his left hand, and he's aiming to set Eric, and it goes to the other side of the court in area 5. Free ball right to the left. And we're like, all right, it happens, you know? Everybody has their off moment. Like a couple plays later, 2's in, perfect pass. This guy goes up. He's under the ball for like 5 seconds. Tracking. Boom, same thing happens again. And then what do I do right after that? You pass it. I say, I got it, bro. Taking second ball. This guy's not setting anymore. But other than that, I think I had the most fun. Like, this tournament was so much fun. Last year, it was a good time, but I think this time, not only were we doing well, we were having fun while doing it. And that was huge. That's all I have.
Yeah, I mean, after those first game jitters, it honestly felt like being in college again, and just like having I haven't played with you guys like since last year, but it felt so synergetic, and everybody was just performing their job perfectly. And I mean, I learned, I don't know what I learned, but it was just a great time. Always seeing all of you again, of course, and thank you for always bringing me out of retirement just so I can play my once-a-year contractual obligation.
Eric, say something, Eric. All right, everybody clap for Eric. Come on, guys.
I feel like I struggled a little offensively this tournament, just like making hitting errors that I normally didn't or wouldn't. But I'm glad I was able to contribute with my passing and keep us in the system, and having the setter be able to distribute the ball and get us kills for the team.
Here you go, Max.
Final thoughts.
Do you want to repeat the final question?
Brandon, you fucking. Oh, I'm so sorry. Brandon, you have to say something. No.
I have a roast for Brian. All year from last year, he made us do fingertip push-ups, and he has the most fingertip errors of anyone on the team, by far. So, no, from passing. He should do more fingertip push-ups. That's it.
I'll go. What's going on with the final thoughts of the tournament?
Just in general.
Overall? I did not know the camera was there. I don't know if we should talk about that.
I mean, first nationals was a super fun one. I mean, obviously not the results I would have wanted, but I think without having B team not really having played together at all, I'm trying to figure this out right now on the fly. I feel it was kind of nice. We were kind of able to adapt a lot faster than I think most normal people would. So I think I'm kind of happy with that. I think one thing I would prepare for next year was kind of get my endurance up a little bit more. I don't think I factored in enough how much wear and tear it could bring on me, especially when I started having the hit too. That's just more that I had to do, but I mean, obviously it worked out better for the team, I think, because I wasn't really doing much front row anyways setting. So obviously I think it was good. We made some good changes, and I mean, we were able to kind of dig deep and try to force our way in there and get some points in. So yeah, pretty good. Overall, I liked it. It was good.
We'll finish out for B team besides Mario. Final thoughts. I'm going to finish with top 3 moments for us. Number 3, I mentioned actually already with Gabe's swing. Number 2 moments just in general was actually coming together with Mario and building an absolute wall over the past 2 days. Check out the Instagram clips. There should be more coming because I had 4 in a row today on the same guy. And then he subbed himself out. It was fantastic.
Shit, that's crazy.
He subbed himself out. It was great. And then roll the clip. It'll be in 360p. My number 1 favorite moment of the tournament was not one that was really a highlight, unfortunately, for Max, but he got this beautiful back set, and I think he was trying to tip the ball here.
Beautiful is not the word I'd use for that, but
it was
partially my fault.
It was a back set. He read the block well, and then he was like, okay, I'm going to tip this over. And he went to pokey it maybe.
I tried to tip it over, and I failed miserably. I overshot my approach by a mile. And it was I thought I was closer to the net, so as soon as I touched it, I saw those 3 feet in front of me, no net. I was like, this is not good.
We'll make sure to send the clip in.
I was after an amazing self cover too, by the way.
The score was 13-13. Yeah, it was set 13-13 or something ridiculous. And the tip, I think, went behind you.
It just stayed in place.
Yeah, it was.
I went forward, the ball just stood there.
Fast forward, though, we still won the set and the game. But I think one of those funny moments where before we had gotten so frustrated a lot of times where we had made mistakes on the B team, and that play happened, and all of us sat there for that half second of the frustration, and then it was pure just, all right, whatever, man, we're just gonna come back. We know we're the better team. Shit happens. We all make mistakes. And for me, it was okay, everyone's been out here. We're all grinding. We're all out of shape, at least on the B team. I don't know about the A team over here. You guys are freaking studs. But I was like, hey, we're all making mistakes. We're having a good time, at least while doing it. We were able to laugh it off. And I went back and rewatched the clip and each one of our reactions, and each one of them, again, the first reaction was I know for myself, I put my face in my jersey, oh my God. And then immediately was laughing, okay, let's make a joke out of this. It was a good time. So I enjoyed every single one of the people on my team, and especially that moment, even though it was not a highlight reel moment, but it was a great moment, especially because it came from a Santa Cruz guy coming from a Kalamazoo guy. Got to make sure that Santa Cruz knows they can't tip.
The record says it all.
That moment like really released the tension. Like those were the moments where it's like, oh wow, like when we didn't really focus too hard on the game, that really helped us. Like it broke the tension, and it's like, oh yeah, we're here, we're playing. Like now we're not tense, we can be loose, and we're hitting the ball harder, smarter. And it's kind of like that one episode of SpongeBob where he has the volleyball and he goes whoosh straight down. Yeah. If we had a lot more of those moments, I think we'd be less tense. A lot of our mistakes came from tension.
One of my favorite moments was when I was having a tough time the first day, and I was low-key having a mental breakdown, and Sebastian and Brian were able to, like, help me get out of that, like, mindset. Yeah, because, like, I was, like, low-key going through it, and I'm just happy my friends, like, were able to pull me out of that for me and my teammates.
How did you feel about the trip?
I loved it. I loved everything about it.
Final thoughts is I think this tournament highlighted kind of the importance of you can have really good players individually, kind of like open court stuff, but like that little extra bit that comes off of like teams that are established is because they practice and have that like chemistry with each other and kind of have things figured out. We kind of were just like winging it, and I think it's been said. So I feel like for once, I mean, like I really couldn't even play, so my team was kind of 5v6 for the majority of the time, and for not having played with each other, I feel like we did pretty fucking good. Like we showed up for some games, and I think that kind of shows to like every individual player's strengths, so that we were pretty like solid, like maybe not like cohesive team, but pretty solid, just like made up team. You know what I mean? We did really good for what like we weren't like forecasted to have done well, but we did pretty good, I think. And yeah, I'm just glad my team was able to carry me through, and it was fun. I think coming to Denver was kind of like the highlight. I was like, damn, I have a fucked up ankle, I can't even really play, but like I already bought the fucking ticket, so might as well come. And I'm Anthony Padilla, so that was my highlight. I'm good. I'm having a great time. I'm on a high.
All right. I will say for our B team, they would smoke our team from last year so bad. So I'm glad I didn't have to play them last year. But why are they so good? Is it because of us? I don't think so. Our one practice, because we had a year of practice together. They had a handful, maybe a handful is generous. They had maybe 50 minutes, whatever, and they would smoke us from last year. So that's really says something to your guys' natural chemistry and just natural ability as well.
What you said, it was never 5v6. It was always 6v6. You were always there with us. Always 6v6. To what, you know, how did we get there? We were relentless in how we played, and we were always striving to do our best. For those of you that know me, I love analogies. The way I saw this tournament was like an Attack on Titan. We were the Attack Titan. We were just continually fighting forward and fighting through to get to our end goal. Maybe. Hey, either way, and we were all driving to the same goal. We didn't let any of these little obstacles that we went through get in the way of what we were trying to do. And we always had that team mentality to come together at the end of the day and fight for that goal that we wanted. I even saw that on the A team. You guys, on day one, were just playing that last team. You guys were having a little bit of a struggle there, and I know it was the end of the day, and there's probably a lot of different factors in there. But you guys kept fighting at the end of it. You know, I will say Ethan is the fire of that game because he was just loud, pushing forward. And so that's what I love about our team is that even though we hadn't played together, we hadn't really ever, some of us didn't even know each other, but we were relentless in our effort towards our goal.
Anyone else? Here you go. I'll close this out.
I just want to say I'm really proud of all. You guys really killed it out there. I was pretty surprised, actually. Like, Eric killing it as a freaking outside all of a sudden. That I was very surprised of and proud of. Freaking Ethan touching everything, getting there. You know, you guys, like, constantly adjusting throughout the plays, your decision making, your freaking butters flying, like, the wall that was always created every time, getting those touches, like, and then you guys B team, like, constantly trying to adjust and figuring your guys' flow. It's amazing, especially when you get how you guys mentioned you guys haven't really played together as a whole unit at all. So, like, I think you guys really did your best and really killed it, and that it showed on the court. So I really enjoyed watching you guys play and cheering you guys both on, seeing you guys both cheer on for each other. It's great to really see and witness and be part of, I guess you can say. So I'm really proud of all of you guys. So hope you guys enjoy this tournament.
And shout out to you.
Also, yeah, thank you, Kim, for.
Wait, are you a captain?
Thank you, Kim, for everything, by the way.
Okay, so who's the MVP for a B team? Who do you would pick?
All right, so the question was who would be the MVP for B team, and obviously it's got to be Andrew. You know, in the moment, but then also rewatching some of the game. Andrew got the most digs for us, was the most scrappiest guy there. Read the court well, most blocks, obviously being his size and being that athletic. Was that pass? They kept trying to serve him, and every single time it was like the worst he probably got was like maybe like a low 2-ball. But yeah, most points scored obviously is me and Sebastian were talking about. We're like, oh, we probably shouldn't try to overwork him too much just because we need him to last all 3 days. First 5 points of our first game, all that went out the window. I didn't care anymore. I was like, we need to score points, and right now it's like he's just our easiest outlet. He'll make a play on anything, and he's not afraid to take a rip if he needs to. So obviously, in my mind, as a setter, and just being like another volleyball player, it's like obviously, in my opinion, that's our MVP. He really went above and beyond for us. So yeah, thank you for that, Andrew.
I really appreciate that. I just want to say I would have nominated you or Sebastian. Like both guys stepped up in the positions that they normally don't play. Sebastian usually plays outside or middle or oppo. You haven't played setter in a long time. We were expecting you to come in and play outside or oppo. So we basically had 2 guys that weren't expecting to come in and play setter and come in and play setter for us. And I mean, the offense runs through setters. So us hitters can't do anything without you guys running the offense. And I don't know, like I just came here to play volleyball and have fun. So play volleyball, have fun. And again, I'm just appreciative for all the friends and the family that I've made here.
Yeah, I think I for sure agree with what he's saying. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's terribly difficult to isolate the MVP, but like our setters, I mean middles, like Lib, everyone like did really good. And I don't want to like detract from that, but I mean I kept saying on the court on the bench, I was like, feed him, because you were going crazy, bro. You're going sicko mode, and I was like, we need this shit, bro. Let's stay in this rotation as much as possible. But yeah, everyone did really good. Like it was really fun. Like when I was on the bench, it was like great to watch, and then when I was on the court, like you felt like the energy. It was good. But yeah, I'm feeding the whole fucking time. It was great. But yeah.
Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that.
Come on, time for you to ask the question.
What?
Question is, who's the MVP for the A team? Yeah, and like Ethan was the fire of the team easily, and at the end of the tournament, like I went up to Ethan one-on-one. I was like, hey man, thank you for being that fire, that spark of the team, because honestly, I'm not that type of person to just like be energetic and all that. My voice is already gone, so to see Ethan whenever we have a freaking timeout, he just goes, hey guys, I need you guys to not hit like little, yeah. He's like, and before the tournament even started, he's like, guys, okay, that's gonna be our motto. We asked our Lyft driver if that should be our motto. He's like, no, don't do that. This is a little too much. But he's the fire of the team, and I love this guy on the team. He's made the biggest impact when it was hitting the fan, and he just always lit that fire up in us every single time. And we need people like him on the team no matter what. So thank you, Ethan, for everything you do.
Justin, what do you pick?
No, it's either Butters or Ethan, because Butters.
But it's Butters' offense.
Didn't play for a year. Literally, I will never forget this. First warm-up hit, bounces the ball straight down, and I'm like, who is this guy? He's like, oh, I'm Butters. And I was like, cool to meet you. I was like, okay, cool, solid. I was like, wow. But MVP?
We have
Offensive, offense, Butters. That's not even a question. That needs no explanation there.
I like to think my middles made my job very easy. It's like a win-win trade. You pass good, your middles feast. Your middles, they block good, your liberos feast. It's like a win-win, So yeah, my middles are my MVPs.
That's
why I'm trying so hard, bro.
No, I got a controversial opinion, but it's a hard pick between 2 and Ethan. Because Ethan got the digs, which made 2's job very easy, and 2 did a fucking amazing job of getting one-on-ones for all of our games, which made my job very easy. I mean, sometimes we got open nets and I fucked up, but that's okay. But like literally every single time, he's just like spreading it, and even when I'm just getting ready to hit, I'm like, I don't know, I felt like a mental connection. I'm like, he's gonna go to me, and it was just like a perfect set, and I'm like, oh, that's really easy. Like I don't even have to play anymore. It's just So maybe Ethan defense, 2, I don't know. Not offense. Assists? Sure, yeah. We'll go with
everything I think.
You don't dig, bro.
Overall, very, very proud of the A team and the B team. I think ever since we started this in 2019, the highest we've ever gone was second place in silver. 2019, I believe 2023. And then last year, wasn't the greatest. I think we ranked like 28th. And then this year our B team ranked 28th. Just seeing like everyone trying to figure out how to work together and figure out how to win, and then knowing what they need to work on for next year, I can only see this thing growing from here on out. Whether it's next year, my goal is to have 3 men's teams and then maybe even have a women's team, right? So I can only see this thing growing from here on out. And I definitely know I'm going to challenge Ethan right now. I'm probably going to have a higher vert than him at 206 pounds. While he's like 55 pounds lighter than me. So a little challenge for him this time to let him know I'm working harder than him.
Bro, can you even touch rim?
Yeah, I can touch rim. At 206, yeah, I can touch rim. There's a lot of potential for this team to grow and continue to grow long term, whether it's playing all the way till 70s and all that good stuff. And I just can't wait to see what other memories and journeys we make playing in USAV Nationals from here on to come. So thank you guys for participating. Let's get one call out whispered together.
Hey, and before that, shout out to Kim and Brian for structuring all of this for us. Laundry, Brian for
Kim is the MVP, guys.
That was a shout out to Brian for structuring and setting everything up so we could all play together. Kim for being team manager, doing laundry for us.
Hey, family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Family.
Some people can't follow directions.
Thanks, guys. Other mic?
I got it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll meet you guys over there.